People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian. Come on. People deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in. One love to you lot who's tuned in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night. I hope everyone's doing well and safe. I hope with it being Friday, everyone's had a week to remember moving that much closer to their goals, hopes, dreams, ambitions, and aspirations. Thank you very much for tuning back in. Hopefully tomorrow it's positive for Arsenal at St. Mary's, because I can't lie, the next week from tomorrow is political. What? Southampton away, Chelsea midweek, Man United. It's a mad one right now, people. So we're going to have to see what we can do. On that note, don't forget, we kick off at 3 p.m. tomorrow. So an hour before kickoff, I'll obviously be doing a watch along across YouTube and Twitch. Twitch gang, you know what to do. But if you're on YouTube, hit the like button. Obviously, in general, make sure you're hitting the like button. One love to everyone who was on Twitch, because we spoke about Kroenke and we spoke about Sean Dyche. Obviously, if you don't know, Sean Dyche has been sacked as Burnley gaffer with 8 games to go, with them currently in the relegation places. So I wonder what that means for them. I wonder what that's going to happen. I want Burnley to go down, so pardon my language. Fuck Burnley. Let's stay with this. I hope everyone's doing well and safe. Twitch gang, appreciative. If you're on YouTube, please make sure you're hitting the like button, fucking up the engagement levels in a positive way, and the algorithm and all those good things. Only entry free to this stream is that you smash the like button. Come on, Manfred, you've been gone for a minute. Max Aaron's overrated. Trust. I ain't gonna lie, I'll take him by default, but yeah, man, I'm not really on the Max Aaron's hype still. I can't lie. At least, obviously, right now, he might develop in that. I used to rate it, and then, you just see someone someday, I just, so meaty, really, it's kind of meaty. All right, big up Talawa TV. Come on. I know your household must be popping. Shout out to all my JA ones. I know everybody's standing outside trying to get their hard old bread and the rest of it. Hey, already done all of that. But yeah, Good Friday, finna be lit. I'm late because I was eating saltfish fritters, man. And then, I'm going to go fuck up my snapper and them things there in a sec. I ain't going to lie. Still might eat chicken same way. I know. I mean, come on now. No one on Insta had meat apart from fish. Let's be honest. We've all committed that crime. I can't cap. I'm sorry, but I'm feeling it. Are we linked with Kroenke? Not more so than we normally are, but yeah, man, he would be lit. He scored yesterday. Well, 2 yesterday. He won a penalty and slapped it, and then he scored just before. He scored a tap in before that. And he's having a great season, man. Like we spoke about it on Twitch, but his stats are mad. Whether it's Champions League, the German Cup, the Europa League, or whatever he's doing, he's just moving mad. And at 24 years of age, boy, I think he should move on from being a false nine and just do your false nine thing, but just become a proper striker now. Like, just you are a striker. He reminds me a bit of, it's a shit example. I know not too many people be happy, but he reminds me of Lacazette when we actually used to rate it. Like he's got a little bit of Lacazette mannerisms about him. Obviously he's better, but you get the point. Is what it is. I know some people might say slight Bundesliga tax has to be applied to certain things, and I can't blame you for that one. But still, man, nonetheless, it is what it is. 25 likes. Off to a great start. Come on, let's keep going. So yeah, we're not necessarily linked with him more so than we already are. V, appreciate you. Come on. Footy chats, come on. So yeah, man, it is what it is. I can't lie, I'm a bit disappointed. I would have thought Arsenal would have done the press conference and I could see specifically what Mikel Arteta has had to say, people. But if you're looking at just some other news, last month Martinelli won it. This month, Bukayo Saka has won PFA Fans Player of the Month award. At least we're winning something. It's a good look at Saka in that, man. And throughout this, we're in April, the season's done because we're starting to hear all this war chest stuff and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. Seeing's believing, innit? Like, seeing's believing. I look at Arsenal, shout out my dad, I never had it, but it's almost like a dad that you're a little kid and Your dad tells you, I'm going to take you Disneyland, I'm going to take you football, I'm going to take you football every weekend, and you fall for the same thing, ultimately to be disappointed. That is how I feel with this transfer thing. As much as I love to sit here and talk about Martinez and Kroenke, Núñez, Telemans, Ruiz, Arthur Melo, just throwing some names out there, seeing is believing. I need to know people are coming. So all it remains for me is just talking points, and it just stays with that. Seeing's believing, man. We know we need a striker. I want a midfielder. And then you probably, for me, with what's happened with Tierney, probably got to look towards a rotation / starting left back that can fight Tierney. I still would like a backup right back, but I understand with Cedric kind of coming to the fore of sorts, Tomiyasu to come back, and what I've said with Tierney, if it shifts. Transfer windows when I'm happiest allows me to dream. Trust. You're right on that. Come on, Jay. Appreciate the members. Cameron said Burnley sacked the robot finally. Love the top, bro. Come on. I couldn't be bothered to iron today. Iron the t-shirt, so I thought, let me slap on the football top. Bruised banana settings. It's probably the only, you can still see the green screen fucking with it, but it's probably the only top that doesn't get collapsed. Like if I just, to be honest, the away shirt that we have this year isn't too bad, but like if I just get my other shirt and show you, like this is what I would normally wear, but it gets fucked. Oh, but you're acting. You're acting because when I try and put you on normally, you're showing off because people are here. Because when I try and put you on normally, you're making me look like an idiot. You're making me look like a prick. Yeah, there, you see it? You see it? It's a bit more fucked. You don't normally do that. You're normally more fucked than that. You're just acting because people are here. You're trying to make me look crazy, like I'm bugging out. You're going back in the wardrobe because you can't behave yourself, prick. And obviously, I know some of you are going to get upset, but shit, getting to the semi-finals of European competition ain't for everybody. Come on, Hammers. Come on. But away from that silliness, FA Cup semi-finals not for everyone, is it? Come on. Vieira and that. No, I'm chatting shit. I ain't got no Chelsea shirt, man. That's it now. I'm done. It's Friday, man. Let's not take life too seriously, man. DG is a fullback when he's 13 on his shirt. That's harsh. I'm born on the 13th. 13 is my favorite number. I like all of that shit. Friday the 13th, that scary shit. I like that. If it wasn't my birthday number, actually, I've always just liked 13 on the back of my shirt. 4 or 5 now, but hey, you're the reason. T, you're the reason that I got them. Still, one love for you, plugging the random in that. But if it wasn't number 13. As a kid, it was 7. Like my first Arsenal shirt has number 7 on it, my name and number 7. I mean, if it's playing football, number 10, obviously, like Sell My Dreams and that. It'll probably be 45 or 13 now, 7, 10s. Who doesn't want to wear 7, 10, 9? Everyone likes them shirts there, but louder slander, man. Born on the 13th, Friday. Well, I wasn't born on Friday the 13th, Thursday the 13th, but I like all that Friday the 13th scary shit. It's 13. I just hate how in modern football, like more time the keepers have number 13. Like, stop wearing it, man. Just respect my number a bit. But yeah, nonetheless, it is what it is. We need quality depth within the squad. Amen. I still believe in LOKONGA, and I ain't gonna lie, I don't really believe in TAVARES. I'm not gonna cap. I support him, I like him, but I hate to say I told you so, but I told man this is what's gonna happen. Like he needs some serious education. Like he needs to relearn everything, but he needs to learn how to defend. You can tell these sort of guys, he's 21 or something. He clearly just in the last few years, maybe under 16, under 17 level, become a fullback. He needs to learn a lot. I still believe in him. I still believe in LOKONGA. But reality is we need results kind of now, innit? I'd more be on loaning out TAVARES than LOKONGA purely because I just said I'd like us to buy a left back. You bring in a left back for me. TAVARES, go out on loan. He didn't cost too much. Go out on loan. Show that you can do something here. Maybe you can come back and do something because it's not happening. LOKONGA, arguably, yes, but I'm more likely to keep him. But you're right, man. As much as they're young players and things, and again, everyone can see some players are more raw. Some players, there's a lot of psychological things that both of them have struggled with, and it has to be the right time to put them in. But then some of you sit there and say, what's the point signing these players if when it's crunch time, you can't use them? And you're fully right. Especially as much as I'm saying they're young and stuff, we've got the youngest squad in the Premier League. We've made a big song and dance about youth. So arguably, it's irrelevant to play devil's advocate. So it's an interesting one, man. But I don't know if Arteta rates him like that. Arteta might just go, do you know what? You're not we needed a backup left back. You're not really my signing. You know, the analytical team brought you to the table. Might just say keep it moving, really and truly. It's one of them. Man said Messi or Ronaldo. Which, Lionel Messi, innit? Like, big up Ronaldo on that, but there's no way you can watch football. Honestly, agendas aside, this weird little loving footballist thing aside, there's no way you can look at professional football and say that Lionel Messi is not better than Cristiano Ronaldo. But again, shout out to Ronaldo and everything he's brought to the table. Let's say LOKONGA and TAVARES thoughts. What else did we speak about? Let's just say general topics. Let's just say that. Good way to start this, people. Good way to start this on this Good Friday, people. We'll get into everything in a second. Where does it say Kroenke tell Arsenal to spend big? Yeah, brother, if you wait, or if you could Google it yourself, you might find out. If you could wait, we'll get there, man. Come on, man. You've just got into the rave. Relax, man. When you get into a rave, do you start tapping girls on the shoulder immediately? Yo, what's your name? Cool off, scope the rave, what's going on, see what everything he's saying, get yourself a juice, and then, you know, things take shape. Relax, bro. I know you're relaxed, but relax, man. Relax. Soon forward, I promise you. Chill. Nothing on Google, brother. You're not looking right, I mean, I'm pretty sure me and you got the same Google. You know, Charles Watts could be chatting ish, but he might not. Come on, Carl McKenzie. I like that name. Big up DG. Mikel Arteta, the apprentice. That's also the boss. A quick Henny or two. Trust. A quick Henny or two. You know, scope the rave. See where the things are. You know, see if the pagans are there and it's cool to be here. It's all good, man. Make sure you're following me on Twitch, though, because at 1:30, I'm going to be having Mo here and we'll talk about Arsenal Southampton. Of course, I'm good. I'm doing great, you know. I appreciate that. Is Lacazette actually out? And if so, what do you see Arteta doing against Southampton? Well, I don't know, because Arteta likes to do these Bandulu lies and say guys are not fit and then they're not. And then they are fit, which is something. But allegedly, Lacazette hasn't been seen in any training pictures and that. Pardon me. It's not nice to say an injury is a blessing hit the like button, by the way, people. But it's not nice to say that an injury is a blessing in disguise or anything like that. But I'm not saying that because obviously Lacazette shit at the moment, but we've got to be real. We're down to our bare bones. Whether you rate a player or not, everyone needs to be fit in it. You never know when your time's going to come, and it is what it is. But I do think it's someone that probably needs to be dropped anyways. You know, some probably need to try something new anyways. Definitely, I would say out of Chelsea, Southampton and United, I'd say maybe Southampton is the one to try something, see what could be done. There's not really much options in it. You can't throw Balogun in there. For me, it's Martinelli up front. You might as well. Martinelli up front, Pepe, Saka, you lot decide who's on the left, who's on the right. Be nice if you lot swapped in game consistently, but yeah, that's what I would be running. If Martinelli has to stay on the left-hand side, then I personally, you know what, Smith Rowe could play, but I personally feel, I think Arteta will do the Odegaard Smith Rowe false nine thing again without that. But if it's not Martinelli, Pepe, it might as well give Pepe a goal as a false nine. What you got to lose, man? Really and truly, he's done it before. You ain't got nothing to lose in it, and you know he's someone that might be leaving and things. Use it to put yourself in the shop window. So Martinelli up front would be my first option if that's what you're asking, and then I guess technically a front three of Martinelli, Saka, and Pepe. And I feel dirty dropping Smith Rowe, but I feel one of you and Odegaard needs to come out of the team, and you're playing. I know you didn't in the Brighton game, but you're operating off the left. I think that brings Pepe in because I do want us to be very. Not that Smith Rowe can't, and I think Smith Rowe scores against Southampton if he plays. The more I think about it, I want Smith Rowe to play, but I just want to see direct stuff. I'm not being funny, and they're not going to play like that, definitely against us. But Southampton conceded 6 against Chelsea. Them and you look at their form, is toilet. They're unconfident. They're away from home. Go there, make it nervy, put their fullbacks under consistent pressure, put uncertainty between the back five, centre-back shouting at keepers shouting at fullbacks demanding wingers to come back, midfielders not following runners, you know. That's what we need to do. Make no mistake. We know what Southampton are about. They do take some heavy losses, but they're a fantastic team. You know, Hassan-Huttel's got them playing well. They've got fight. They've got desire. Put yourself in their shoes. Regardless of what happened to losing to Chelsea, you might sit there for your Southampton and say, well, boy, it's European champions. It's Arsenal. You know, Brighton's form was toilet. They couldn't score or take up 3 points. What happened when the game was finished at the Emirates? You know, Crystal Palace was struggling to win at home. What happened when we're at full time at Selhurst Park? So if you're Southampton, there's that in mind. I'm tired of sitting here and saying, oh, we need to react, we need to do this, we need to do that. Clearly we do. Spurs kick off at 12:30 at home to Brighton. Do I think Brighton are going to do what they did against us? No, Brighton are going to bend over backwards like they always do for Spurs. Spurs are going to take 3 points. You know, as much as I feel top four is gone because I don't like the way we're moving and I don't really believe in us at this moment, we're 3 points behind. It could be worse. When you remove the emotive feel behind it, it could be worse. We're still in with a fight. Do I think we're going to do it? No, because I feel our young players, they can be proud of themselves. You know, they've outperformed their expected goals. That's to be expected. Saka, Martinelli, Smith, etc. have not been playing in the Prem a number of years and have, you know, the goal records to show. We've over-relied on them, or if we haven't over-relied, we've made a commitment to play these youth players. And yeah, you know, there's been games, a lot of players, not just the front three, Gabriel, Ben White, these men have done all right, but they've all shown their age. They've got us to this point. Now I'm looking at my experienced players. You know, I'm not even asking for 10 out of 10 performances. I'm asking for 5s minimum, just consistently over these 7 or 8 games or whatever. I haven't seen that. The manager, with Arteta, it's almost like when it's crunch time, this is when he starts mix and matching the team unnecessarily, like against Selhurst Park, at Selhurst Park against Palace. Don't think he, as poor as Tavares is, the way he deployed Xhaka and the whole team, think he left him hung out to dry. I think the players were poor against Palace. I also think the players were poor against Brighton, but he overcomplicated stuff. You know, you've already got one hole in your shirt. So rather than maybe, you know, getting a nail, getting a clip or getting a tie and hiding it, you've then somehow made more holes. That's with moving Xhaka. So it's that sort of thing. Respectfully, when you look at them look down the lane, you know, the new signings have given them a boost. We ain't got that. We left January weaker, regardless of save wages and what it means in the future, which I'm not doubting it. Today, though, it's of very little help. You know, we ain't really got the talisman. The young players have done well, but I don't feel right placing all my expectation on them. The experienced players are either not available or their form's poor. We've lost key players, you know, and that has a knock-on effect for our build-up play. You know, I'm not trying. This is just honestly what I feel, people. And then obviously, when you throw the games we have to come, Southampton away, we failed the test against Brighton and Palace. Both of them teams have taken 4 points of us. That's why they're a bogey team to me. Southampton is a tricky one to go to. If you can't take 3 points against Southampton, you can forget going to Stamford Bridge. Chelsea battered and bruised. You know, not going to win the FA Cup. You know, and well, in fact, no, sorry, they're not going to win the Champions League because they're gone out, so they can't retain that. Probably only going to finish as good as third. You know, they're 11 points behind Liverpool with 8 games to go. Chelsea have a game in hand. So unless a crazy miracle happens, that's a myth. You know, they're going to want to finish as high as they can in it. So where they're going to be aggressive and all them things there. We've got United on the weekend next week. So this time next week we'll be on the eve of playing United. So I think we've got a lot to do. I think it's a myth. But despite all of these reasons, I always say to you, look, there's a million reasons not to believe. I'll always believe in the one reason, and that's we simply put we have a chance. But I don't believe in us because I don't think you lot want it enough. You're not reacting. You know, we've even half of the stuff that we're seeing now in terms of that we're criticizing. That's been there when we're winning, and I just think as a whole team we're naive, and I just think we're beginning to coast. We're beginning to think, oh, you know what? If we just fall on the top 6, it's calm. Like obviously, if the season finished today, I don't praise finishing 4th, 5th, or whatever beyond the obvious, but we'll take that. You know, the club will take that. You finish back-to-back 8th, we finish 5th, Europa League's there, young squad, etc., etc. As much as there's an opportunity to get Champions League football and things like that and accelerate the process, this is probably what was projected. You know, it is what it is, people. They probably accept that. And I think we're beginning. I think Arteta knows that because he's trying dumb shit at the point he shouldn't. And I think the club would do that, you know, because I think the club would, because again, other clubs, like we've seen, they might say in January, boy, we ain't been in Champions League for time. You know, this is a good chance to, you know, next season, I don't know what's going to happen. Let's go and do something. But we didn't, innit, really. And yeah, it is what it is where that's concerned. That's one sec, people, because even if I scroll all the way up, sorry, people, I'll show you in a sec. Things like this is what scares me as well. Like, where is it? Where is it? Sorry, folks. Where is it? Is it this? No, it's not even that. But it's you're the account. Where is it? Sorry, folks, man. I'm trying to find. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. There it is. There it is. Let me pause this because again, it's cool on Twitch, but YouTube, it's very funny. They'll start trying to demonetize videos and bullshit like that. This is why you need to follow me on Twitch. Where if this was just a Twitch stream, Bob would be your uncle in it. But you know, you look at their last 3, 6, their last 6 games, bro. They've taken 1 point, bro. How many have they conceded, man? Come on now, bro. That's cricket scores. This is what scares me against Southampton because it shouldn't be us that the form turns around in, but put yourself in Southampton shoes. If you're Hasenhuttl, you're saying, listen, we're at home. We got battered against Chelsea. Arsenal, young squad. Give them a go. And Southampton have problematic players. They've got players, you know, Ward-Prowse, Kyle Walker-Peters trying to get into the England squad. They've got players who can cause problems in it. And we saw that in the first one. So we're gonna have to react. Reacting is an understatement, isn't it? Am I confident? I can't be confident with the form we're in. I can't be confident in. I'm confident in our young players. I'm confident in that you always have a chance in life. But beyond all that hippie crap, am I confident? Not necessarily. Because what reason do I have to be? You lot are not reacting. You lot are not playing well. I'm not going to be blindlessly optimistic. Football's a funny game. You start at 0-0, you have half a chance, but it's down to you lot. Because forget the fans, or some of you will never get closer to Champions League football. Some of you will never play Champions League football if you don't do it this year. The young players, cool. Some of you might not. Because if it's not here, you're not going to be playing Champions League. Some of you will get Champions League football. You have an opportunity to be there. Some of these fat players at Arsenal are no different to us. They just know Champions League on TV. And the feeling of regret in life is one that hurts. And you're no matter what the predictions was at the start of the season, you're going, if the season ends and you don't get top 4, there's going to be a feeling of regret for these 2 games against Brighton, for them 2 games against Crystal Palace, failing to hold on to leads against Everton, who were doo-doo at the time, away from home, United at home, where you should have done it. You know, you need to react. If you lot are not giving man reasons, then I can't sit here and gas it to you lot. So we're going to have to react. If I look at Southampton as well, boy, man. You know, when I think of Southampton, I just think of energy, man. I think of energy, I think of commitment, I think of the intensity that Hasenhuttl tries to permit into their team. But forgive me, fuck all of that. You need to win. Like, it's as simple as that. You need to react. If you can't take victory here, then it's all a myth, people. You know, they're struggling to put wins of form together, wins of running form together. They're struggling to get wins on the board. You know, we're 5th, they're 14th. It would take a lot, but technically, you know, it would take a lot, especially with 7 games left and 6 where Leeds, but they're technically still in a relegation race. A lot would have to happen, you know. They're 14th, but they're technically in that. Like I said, 4 losses and a draw in their last 5. That's a point from their last 5 games. That's unacceptable for a Premier League team. That is something you need to make sure that there's no green W after it when you're looking on the Premier League website. Our form's not the best either. Our last 5 games, we've got 3 L's and 2 W's. So I don't know what we're on it. I know we lost to Brighton and Palace. Who we lost to before that? Oh shit. I've heard the Liverpool game's a distant memory. 54 points. Reality is, you know, you win, you put pressure, and you're playing more or less same time. Spurs are playing at 12:30. You're playing at 3. You're going to know the result. You're going to know the result. You've got to react. And as I said, you got United after this. Brazy. You know, we've got it all to do. You know, we sit 5th, sandwiched in between. Spurs are above us with a game in hand. Spurs are above us with a game in hand. West Ham United and Manchester United are, you know, 6th and 7th respectively on 51 points. There's no time to feel sorry for ourselves. You know, United have Liverpool and Arsenal next week. You know, Spurs have probably the easiest run of fixtures. So we're gonna have to react. If Lacazette isn't available, then who would be, you know, there's every reason to move to a back 3 as well, you know, really. A part of me thinks switch to a back 3 because we looked so disconfident. There are times we switch to a back 3 and it gives us a bit more in an offensive sense. So if we were switching to a back 3, what would I do? I would probably go, where's the tactics? We might as well do it together, innit? Well, I haven't seen this tactic. I definitely wouldn't be doing Smith Rowe, Odegaard, LOKONGA in the midfield again. But if I just share my screen again, if it was a back 3 settings, obviously Ramsdale picks himself. Ramsdale picks himself. Obviously, the centre halves pick themselves. Well, 2 of them. Gabriel, Holding, and then White. And then obviously Gabriel, build up play. You need to go as far as possible there. Ben White's going to give us that there. Obviously Cedric, well, that looks a bit weird. Cedric playing against his old team. You know, I'd probably go you. Well, it's not even probably like, what else is there to do? Cedric's there. Let's leave that for a sec. Say people just deep in thought. I'd probably do a thing like that. Cedric, I want it to more be a 5, like above 5 narrow things. Probably Cedric, even though Saka's played there. There's every reason to play Tavares. But we don't lose much with Saka as a wing back because you're still going to have to go forward. Like, you're still basically going to attack. If it's a back 5, I'd probably do that. Or back 3, you'd probably do that. Again, Xhaka, familiar. So there's every reason to play Tavares there as well. You know, you could play a 3-4-3 quickly and just, you know, you can just do that, like removing that for a sec. You could just do that. And to be honest, that's with no Lacazette, that probably is it, you know. 3-4-3, that probably is it, you know. But then again, I feel more comfortable with if it's 3-4-3. I know I don't want to lose our most attacking, goal scoring threat and things, but then I just feel more comfortable, even if a back 3 Saka there. You know, I just feel the drop off with Xhaka moving to left back from midfield is less. Don't underestimate Saka's contribution. But I just feel there's not much of a drop off with moving Saka, who can still go forward in the modern day where your fullbacks have to and help us with build up play, to Pepe versus Xhaka moves out of there, and we ain't got no midfield, have you? Which is a bit of a brazy one, but there is, you know, you could keep everybody there. You could. I cannot lie though. If it is a 3-4-3, I'm not gonna catch you. That probably mean for me, I'd probably go with really, because he's the half spaces were a bit narrow and things, and you know, obviously if Lacazette's fit, Laka will play. But for me, anyways, it should be my man, innit, Mr. Martinelli, and then by default, you've got a Tavares there. Yeah, you can chop and change things and whatnot. And then again, I've missed my man out. Hit the like button if you're on YouTube, by the way, folks. Twitch gang, you already know what you're doing. Don't forget, 1:30, I'm going to be with Mo. So I would probably do that. But then again, you've dropped out Odegaard. You've lost Odegaard there, you know, really and truly. And I don't think we're playing with Odegaard. There's not really a way to fit him in. He could play off that flank and then in general just move over there. And then Martinelli can kind of do the half pressing thing. But then you lose Odegaard, who really a lot of people, both Smith Rowe or Odegaard, could be dropped in. Someone's got to miss out. So it's a brazy one, man. But if you do your best on the test, and if I do my best in my driving test and I fail, but I still haven't got a driver's license, man. It's brazy, man. I have no clue how much you'll spend. DG, would you slap Saka left back or play Tavares for the last time ever? The thing with Tavares away from home, though, this is why for me, Xhaka, if we're doing this, even if it's a back 4 or whatever, I know in recent games, Xhaka's been doing this flying forward thing, but for me, go back to when it was Tierney. I know it says Tavares, but go back to when Tavares or Tierney, better yet, was flying forward and Xhaka was the half space. I want you to do that. I just feel Xhaka, you could help, you know, Tavares, that will make him a lot more confident, and that will obviously give us something away from home because we need to quiet the fans. They're having a shit defense like us. Tavares fly forward as much. Smith throwing the half space. Gabriel and Saka helping with the pressing. Xhaka doing up surveillance. And then you've obviously got LOKONGA in the 6. Cedric, please be narrow as well if Tavares is playing. I think we'd have enough, but you'd lose a lot, man. We lack bottle. As soon as the pressure is on, we crumble. Also, the atmosphere at the Emirates was awful from the start, which doesn't help. I disagree. I think the atmosphere was lit. But if the players are making the fans them nervous, what can you do, really? I think the fans home and away have done what they needed to do. When we got battered at Crystal Palace, man are clapping and singing Arteta's name and all these things that are unheard of, really and truly. So, yeah, man. I don't know, man. We... 6, Southampton is always do it sneakily against us. Happy belated DG, appreciate that. Big facts, bro. I'm worried our fans will be if we lose. Right now, we're both licking our wounds. It could be any sort of score. Players too, they might capitulate. I'm saying 2-2. Che Adams probably does a madness against us as well. The fuck are you talking about now, dude? Brighton, Paul, what are you on about? Where the boost Southampton need to turn around their season around, and it's up to us to change that. But sadly, I don't see it happening. Let's be honest, we're not beating Southampton. 2 killers up front and easiest running. We're in trouble. So far this season, it's been a run of 10 or so games, then 2-3 disappointing games. Both teams need this win to bounce back. Could be exciting. I want to see some tough tackles and dominance in the game. Our players don't know what it's like to win. We have a team that half of them have experienced FA Cup trophies, but it's not enough for a team of Arsenal's history. As I said before the season started, you can't get top 4 without beating none of the top 4 from last season. Saka's probably not going left back, but we're just talking nonetheless, man. What questions would he be asking of the club in his mind? Bro, what does Saka feel about moving backwards? I mean, I'm not being funny. If Saka will play left back under Gareth Southgate, he'll do it under Thingy. I know Saka wants to be a winger, but it's football. You know, I don't think Saka's a dickhead. I think Saka will realize that, you know, Saka's always done things in his stride. He said he's on the left. I'm sure Smith Rowe probably prefers to play as a 10. There was times Odegaard's playing different. I'm sure Xhaka doesn't want to play left back. Come on now. Fuck anybody's opinions. The collective. If Saka needs to do a job there, then he's going to do it. The only problem is what we lose down this flank. And that's why, for me, Pepe probably has got a slightly better relationship with Cedric if Pepe is not there. I just feel more... I know Saka gives us a lot, but if you don't keep balls out your net, doesn't matter how much you score. You lose your 10, but we're going to have to do it. That's where we're going to have to overcompensate. Drop out Cedric for Saka and bring in Odegaard. I hear it, but I kind of don't want to mix and match more than we need to. Gabriel at left back. I don't know about that one, Chief. Bro, Saka could do that, bro. You know, the collective comes first. You know, if Saka going left back makes us stronger, we get 3 points and in the grand scheme helps us get top 4, then fuck your opinion. You know, as I said at the start, I don't care who doesn't want to play anywhere, who feels unlucky about not playing. The collective comes first. Ego's left at the door. So it's a bit of an irrelevant one, man. The team comes first. If you care about yourself, if you care about solely yourself, which I don't think is the case with Saka, you need to go play golf or some singular sport. We do miss that. Hopefully it could do something. But that's if it's a back 3, you know, and then there's some other debatable things to happen. But if we had to, if we're just keeping it with a normal back 4, I can't lie, writing the names against kind of long. Ramsdale, Gabriel, Ben White, Cedric. I'm not really on it. I'd still rather Saka do it, you know. Please, Tavares. Tavares, please. Last chance, please. Please, please, please. Please, because I'm so scared of you away from home. I'll be honest, you know, Selhurst Park, Nottingham Forest, Old Trafford, Anfield. You've let yourself down. Not just you. It's not always been you, but yeah. Xhaka, LOKONGA, Mr. Martin Odegaard. Usual suspect in Bukayo Saka, Mr. Martinelli, even though I think Laka will play and be that guy. Pardon me. And then for me, Pepe / Saka left or right, don't care. Martinelli through the middle. Probably lean towards Martin Odegaard in the 10. LOKONGA and Xhaka are going to pick themselves. The back 5 picks itself, in my opinion, if people are fit. Well, 3 of the back 5 pick themselves. 4 of the back 5, sorry, in Ramsdale, Gabriel, Ben White, by default Cedric, because there's no Tomiyasu, who should be back after this. Hopefully he plays at the bridge. And then Tavares, but once again, Xhaka, please help him. Whoever's left wing, which probably I'd go toward. You know what? If Tavares plays left back, then sorry, Pepe, but I think I'd remain with Smith Rowe there. And I feel Martinelli's got that, you know, he's just a bit more switched on than you. And then obviously you get to keep Saka there. Bobby's your uncle, man. I mean, with Lacazette's form, then boy, I mean, just because you didn't train don't mean you won't be involved. But yeah, man. Let's be real, everyone. We're not beating Southampton. I mean, you keep saying that same message, and you might be right, but like, what do we want to do? Are we not going to turn up then? Like, are we just gonna roll up? Are we just gonna give up? Like, come on now, man. Like, are we just gonna come on now, man? Please, sensible questions only, please. We do miss that connection. Yes, DG, been on holiday. Hope you're doing as well. Hope you're doing well. As someone who watches a lot of but shout out to Jess, man. So yeah, man, it is what it is. Assuming Tomiyasu's there, you know what? I'd rather Cedric do it than Tavares. So it is what it is in that regards, man. Has Mikel Arteta had his press conference? No. Shout out to Arsenal's ladies. Hopefully they pump Chelsea. So yeah, man, I'm scared. Like, I'm more scared in ourselves. I'm not necessarily scared of Southampton beyond the obvious. I just think we're our biggest enemies. Just like as great as Brighton might have been, or Palace might have been, not to take anything away from them, we shagged ourselves. Like, we didn't turn up against Crystal Palace. Arteta didn't help us with the tactics, but we're doing dumb shit on the football field. We're losing our first and second battles. I don't know, man. So yeah, man, I don't know, man. I'd say I'm battered, I'm bruised, but we can't lose. So yeah, man. Has to be Saka left back. He's our best left back. We need to just hope Pepe will play like a 72 million pound player. Southampton like to press. I mean, if we're going to be playing out from the backside, 9 times out of 10 sides are going to press against us. So yeah, we need to be switched on in that regards. And it's something that if you can't play out, everyone can play out from the back when you've got a million years on the ball. When you're being pressed relentlessly, we know the problems they've got. You know, Broya going to be playing well. They've got a talented bunch of players, man. They're not dickheads. And everyone's still got something to play for. Without Partey, there's no link between defense and attack. Ooh, I think with no Xhaka there's no link between defense and attack. But no midfield, we're a myth. We ain't got Tierney. We ain't got Tomiyasu. There's no Partey. You're right. You know, we're already a team that doesn't really play through the middle. Are we surprised that there's a lack of build-up play beyond the obvious? Even when everybody's fit, our build-up play is meaty. Ben White and Gabriel on the ball far too long. I know City centre-backs can play, but the minute they get the ball and off it beyond the obvious, they punch it into their midfielders. You don't see Diaz and Laporte again. You see Ben White and Gabriel on your TV screens and that grounds more than you need to. Half the time they're getting caught in possession because they're looking up, fuck who he's on. Respectfully, Lokonga is standing because he's not confident and he's told to do that. Lokonga's not an option because he's standing in between two players. El Nene does that as well. You know, Xhaka might ask for it and might be able to pass the ball twice a 90 minutes forward. It's a myth. It's crazy, man. We kill ourselves. Even Eddie Nketiah. Do you know what tells you everything with Eddie Nketiah? For completely forgot that. You know, could go with Eddie Nketiah. You've got to, you know, just on top on terms of form in the bars on the floor, but you've brought more to the table than Lacazette. Who knows, man? Put yourself in the shop window. You've got an opportunity. I'd rather Martinelli go through the middle if Lacazette's not playing or even if Laca's fit, but it's not like we've got anything else, man. Decent. Hitting the crossbar and that. Would you use El Nene? There's every excuse to use El Nene. Every excuse. I don't know for fitness, but as I always said, he might give you 5 out of 10 from now to the end of the season. That might be better than Lokonga's or someone else's 10 out of 10 one week, a million out of 10 the week after. And then from now to the end of the season, 2s out of 10s as these young players are learning consistency. I don't know. For me, I think we should give Mika a shot tomorrow. I'd like to see him on the bench. Probably extremely naive to expect Mika Berev to start tomorrow against in the Premier League. It's probably a myth. Probably not going to happen. Probably not ready. You know, would love all these guys to be on the bench. But yeah, I think that's dream chasing still. And again, it wouldn't be fair to him. Football's not fair, but man are going to expect results from him. And he's young. Like, he ain't done it before. I do think he's gearing towards needing to go out on loan and play some proper football, but he's not ready for that. Crazy, man. Boy. Crazy. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Sorry, people. Just trying to see if there's anything new in relation to management and football and Arsenal and all these things. Really want to see what Arteta has said this press conference. No. So let's just make our little timestamp here, people, and then we'll crack on with this transfer stuff, man. Just before that. No agendas, just facts. Keep up the good work. Appreciate that. Sambi was set up to fail. Maybe. I assure you, we are not winning more than half of our matches when Bambi LOKONGA starts. Maybe not, man, but have some faith. Bloody hell, man. Bloody hell, have some faith, man. You know, we've got a young player. LOKONGA needs to learn a lot. For me, he wants too many touches. He's not aware, but we knew the player. We knew someone with 76 appearances for Anderlecht, being the captain on the cusp of the Belgium team. There's potential. He's not there yet. So we need to learn with these guys, man. At this moment in time, I'd rather draw for the experienced players as much as I don't rate them because of there's a certain thing they're going to give you. It's very volatile for these young players, but it is what it is. What I will say, it will never just be down to one player. Even though Tavares was public enemy #1 against Crystal Palace, remove Tavares. What other can all them other 10 players say they all matched work? It's a myth. We win, lose, and draw together, man. It's all a myth. It's all a myth, man. Admittedly, now that you think about it, depending on Nene's fitness, I'd rather draw them in. Both LOKONGA and Tavares were on point earlier in the season. Maybe LOKONGA, less so much Tavares, unpopular opinion. You know, saw this coming, said this with Tavares. People just shut up about it. But you can't complain. They're going to go through good and bad periods. Even Smith Rowe and Saka have had that. You know, you go back to around when we played Brighton away, man, we're onto Smith Rowe. People are onto Smith Rowe. Again, they build up to the North London derby. People love Lacazette for a month, then they hate him again. You know, it is what it is. People were saying LOKONGA was stupid, but unfortunately, him and Ainsley are unlucky to be dropped against Watford. The fucking rotation players. Allow it, man. Anyways, away from all of that, let's get into this transfer stuff, people, where allegedly, you know, we're getting to the end of the season. You know, what have I done for you lately? The fuck? Yeah, man. Anyways, getting into this transfer stuff. I don't know what that was about, but you know what it is, man. Let's move on from all of that. Let's get into half of this stuff, people. Where should we start? I mean, it's been a while since I've seen Max Aaron's links. Even the journals are getting bored. Man United and Arsenal are leading the race for 20 million rated Norwich defender Max Aarons amid interest from Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund as Premier League clubs look to bolster their defensive options. He's made 28 appearances for the Canaries in the top flight. His performances have reportedly attracted interest from a number of top clubs. He's all right, bit overrated, but yeah, man. Yeah, I know, but there's no context behind it, bro. I don't really rate Max Aarons, but there's longevity. I suppose there's a player that can improve. I'm not against it at all. He can play left and right back, maybe not necessarily well enough, but can play there. Scope to improve. I know he comes with English tax, but even Norwich will have to consider letting man go in it, really. But allegedly, us and United are leading the race for such people. He's got 2 years left, 22 years of age. Norwich are gone in it. It looks mad. Not really been doing too much, you know. There was a time if he was to name fullbacks, he'd be at the top of the list. Now there's a number of them people. So allegedly, Aaron suits Arsenal's style of developing young English players such as Saka, Smith Rowe, and Ben White. United are said to be assessing their options at right back, obviously with Wan-Bissaka's inconsistencies. Bayern Munich and Dortmund are also said to be monitoring him. He's valued at 20 million. I don't mind that. 150 appearances. He got a base to fall upon. I don't mind it. I'm not against it, but yeah, man. Why not? Why not? So yeah, I don't know for that, man. Aaron, Spence or Lamptey. Would rather grab Spence or Lamptey. I mean, let's just let Brook Norton Coffey develop in it. He's just scratching the surface of his potential. Let's just let these guys develop and do what they're doing. There's a lot to improve. There's a lot of good stuff. Wouldn't mind him getting an opportunity though, but I could understand it. How much games is he gonna play? So yeah, that's Max Aarons. I don't believe it, man. I don't know what happened to Cantwell, to be fair to you. But yeah, that's that. Away from this, people. Darwin Núñez, Telemans, 10 Arsenal. What? Is this it? Sorry, folks. Yeah, this is the article. Arsenal are in the market for at least, this is Chris Wheatley who's saying this. Arsenal are in the market for at least 3 new players this summer, with both manager Mikel Arteta and Edu determined to strengthen the first team squad. As we know, several players have contracts they're expiring. Lacazette, Eddie Nketiah, El Nene, all expected to go. Guendouzi, Torreira, and Mavropanos, and among others, all expected to keep it moving as well. The positions they want to sign new players in are central midfield, 2 strikers, as well as defensive options in fullback areas. Hopefully that's left and right back. Kroenke will back Arteta with significant transfer funds in a similar scenario to last summer, where Arsenal were Europe's biggest spenders after forking out 150 million on 6 new players. Generally, the transfer policy is targeted at signing young players under the age of 26 who have the potential to develop under Arteta with top flight experience and ability to be sold on for a significant transfer fee in the future. Pardon me, and then that's it really, and then that's the only relevant things. And then they've gone on at football.london to speak about players we've been linked with. As you know, Arsenal have already contacted the representatives of Darwin Núñez. There was alleged that Edu had already spoken with Jonathan David's agent. There was allegedly interest on Isaac, although he has a 75 million release clause. You know, we heard Telemans and Arthur Melo as well. Look, Telemans, Arsenal have already held a meeting with Telemans' agents with the Belgium international set to leave. Arteta believes that Telemans would bolster Arsenal's midfield options without costing a transfer fee. You're not going to get him for free, so I don't know for that. And I love Telemans. I think he's a lovely footballer. Arsenal fans, we've seen him play against us since he was 16 at Anderlecht in the Champions League. But he's nothing like Xhaka, but there's a lot of things Xhaka does that pisses off fans. And I'm not being funny, but Telemans does the exact same things. Very cumbersome in midfield, likes one touch too many, switches off defensively, loses the ball at crucial periods. Sometimes awareness is terrible, defensively very poor, got the bozo gene in him. And that's despite his passing range and how good Telemans is. I just have to be honest, like just looking at that, you know, you've got Telemans there, Ruben Neves. The Gunners tried to sign Neves last summer, but weren't prepared to match Wolves' 35 million valuation of the player. Arteta do think he's more of a Xhaka replacement than Telemans. If I'm honest, I mean, 35 million, stingy, innit? Fucking hell. You don't want to pay 35 million? All right. Luka Jovic has scored 3 goals in 49 appearances for Real Madrid, but Mikel Arteta believes he can get him firing goals again. He's not seen as a priority target, but if the Serbian international is available for a fee in the region of 30 million, Arsenal will consider making it happen. We've been linked with Asensio. Again, I'm too bored to talk about that. Like, we're always linked with him. We've been linked with Osimhen. Again, Napoli are going to play hardball. I think because of their inability to want to sell Osimhen, that's a myth. If you're not paying Isaac's release clause, and you're not getting him to really dig his heels, and that would probably drag over the summer, that one's a myth. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I don't know about that. You know, cut price for the squad, why not? Rashford, I don't really believe in that one. So yeah, man, that's us allegedly on that in relation to that. You know, make of that what you want. 35 million was a bargain. They want like 60 now, but his contract's running down. Mikel Arteta giving boost in race for huge new midfielder signing. We read this yesterday, 440 chatting shit about Paqueta. Darwin Núñez has spoken about the links. He's on performing for Benfica rather than a possible move to the Premier League. Until the season is over, I won't say anything. I'll leave everything for this shirt. My job is to continue like this, to take advantage of this luck that is happening to me. Last year, I didn't play at all. But this year, I'm having an incredible season. I have to continue like this. There's also a lot of merit on my colleagues. Apparently, Benfica are believed to be willing to sell Nunes this summer for around 60 million, and Arsenal, Chelsea, United, PSG are all keeping tabs. His agent has said, I want to clarify, well, he switched agents. I want to clarify that I will not renew my contract with my representative, Edgardo Lasalvia. Hopefully that's that. So make of that what you will. Arsenal turned down the opportunity to sign Kulusevski. Long story short, we've seen this before. He's thriving now and he plays off the right. Boy, you know, it'd be nice to have him and Saka. He's a player I wanted, but it's not that in it, really. Saka's obviously been, you know, one PFA Fans Player of the Month award. What's this? No. And yeah, man, apparently Robert Perez reveals he advised Bellerin to join Betis. Advise him to get that permanent deal done, bro. He called me and asked about the manager Pellegrini. Said Hector, look, if you have the opportunity to play with Pellegrini, you need to go because you will enjoy it. The most important thing is to enjoy your football. Bellerin, just pattern your move, man. Come on, let's get that one done. Tavares has come in for some serious heat from Nigel Winterburn. He must learn. I think this is one that you either loan him out or nip it in the bud because I can't see it. I back Tavares, but you need to learn how to be a fullback and you need to learn to think like a fullback. Clearly, you know, as I said, the guy was talking about his shots with his certain games you can deploy him, but he can't really be trusted. That being said, I don't like the scapegoating stuff, people. Let's see what Winterburn has said, which I'm not saying he's doing that. But I'm pretty sure, without knowing what you said, I'm pretty sure I'm going to wholeheartedly agree with every bloody thing you said here. I just don't think he fully understands the complete role of a fullback, and I think there's a lot more he needs to learn defensively in terms of situations he puts himself in. He needs to learn that side of the game very quickly and get back to form going forward that he showed earlier in the season. But he was doing this earlier in the season. We were just winning. You know, people were saying he's the best fullback at the club. It's a bit like when I look at the Lacazette thing, you know, when I look at Tavares, when I look at half of these things, you know, they're the same thing. It's just the sentiment and the stuff around it has been changed. They've been playing the same way, even when we're winning. Do you know how frustrating seeing this sort of stuff is? Not necessarily what we're reading. Yeah, man. The problem is when you've had a couple of games like the one he's had, your confidence drops so quickly, and that's true. And that's down, you know. But what I would say is, bro, fuck your confidence, get it back. I know it sounds harsh, but football is harsh. As much as you clearly know I've got all the time in the world for the young players, arm around him, looking after him, but life is beautiful. It's also harsh. If you don't believe in yourself, no one can believe in yourself. If he's feeling sorry for yourself, stop doing that. This ain't the club. This needs to stop being the club to feel sorry for yourself. A degree of ruthlessness. You had a bad game, so what? You ain't killed no one. You're having a bad period, so what? I know there might not be confidence because you've been dropped, because you get hooked at halftime, because you barely play. Pattern up, remove emotions, think about why this is happening to you, and then move forward. Because this is the realities of the situation now. This is what happens. The beautiful thing and the harshest thing about life is it goes off. Stop feeling sorry for yourself, pull your pants up and let's go. And that goes for everybody connected to this football club because it's jarring. It's mad jarring. And this is why I kind of want some players that are more level-headed. We got too many of these guys that every game they feel they're amazing. Every bad game, they're terrible. They're level-headedness, man. You're not as good as you think you are. You're not as bad as you think you are according to what is happening. You can, you know, you need to get that Xhaka confidence. I can't lie. The problem is when you've had a couple of games like the one he's had, your confidence just drops so quickly. Of course, you're out there alone, and I don't think Arteta's helped you a lot. But anyways, it is what it is. You can always lose. You can also lose the trust of the supporters, so it makes it difficult to come back when that happens. He said, it's hard to say what's happened when you're looking from outside, but it seems his level of performance has dropped. I mean, he's played 41 times for Benfica. How many times? 90 minutes? I don't know. He's played 21 times the last time looked for Arsenal. He's raw, very raw. And again, he still thinks like a winger. You can tell. Probably 2-3 years ago, he was a winger and somebody said, you're not quite going to make the grade, do the fullback thing. He needs to learn to think like a defender no matter what the modern game wants. Because right now, if it's not a back three against a low block, high pressure environments, you're not the guy. And you've shown that. You're not the guy. You can't do it. So yeah, man, he said, I'm not sure if that's down to the amount he's played or if it's a confident issue, probably the bit of both. For me, I don't see him at... He's played well in certain games at the start of the season when Tini was out injured. Some Arsenal fans had the utter cheek to say this guy is the best left back at the club. Fucking out. And they're the first ones that are turning on him and scared. What's going on? What's all this about? I mean, we've been linked with Bremer before. I'm not going to bore you lot. This just seems like someone's opinion, so I'm not going to bore you lot with that. But hey, it don't seem like it's too tasty in terms of rumors and stuff like that, man. You know, we ain't been given good lies. I mean, is Arteta still not done at press conference? He's doing it now, isn't it? I can see. I mean, we've been linked with Bremer. I don't believe it, but nonetheless, once again, Arsenal now join Tottenham in the race to sign the strongest defender in Europe. I mean, he's a young Brazilian lad. He's strong. He's good in the air. His ball playing is all right. You know, he seems to be getting better and better in that Torino squad. It makes sense, but you know, we all know our name is just thrown around for the sake of it. I'm very skeptical of anything that comes out of Italy with Arsenal's name attached. But allegedly, we've been linked with Bremer in it, and on top of Arsenal and Spurs. Atletico Madrid, Liverpool, Leicester, Everton, Newcastle, Dortmund, and Bayern. The whole world looking at my man, isn't it? You know, I'm not against bringing a defender in, but if you're going to bring defenders in, and I don't believe what you're writing here, but surely if you're going to bring a defender in, you're looking at left back, maybe even right back before you consider centre half. You've got a flipping French international that ain't kicked a ball for this club to come back, and you've obviously just shelled 50 million on Ben White, and Gabriel's not too long ago arrived at this football club himself. So take of that what you will, man. The crazy one. Man said he's a runner. 108 likes. If you haven't hit the like button, keep moving that one. Nobody talking of an easy header and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang missed in the 9th minute yesterday. But listen, big up Aubameyang, but who gives a shit? Like, it ain't got nothing to do with Arsenal, bro. Ain't no one give a fuck about what Barcelona did, bro. Like, it's gives a shit. I know Piers Morgan and there's a section of Arsenal fans who are gonna, you know, with every good game that Aubameyang has, we shouldn't let him go, and with every bad game, Arteta's the Messiah. Bro, Aubameyang's my guy. Love the guy. Hope to interview him one day. I don't give a fuck if he's missing shit for Barcelona. So of course no one's talking about him, bro. We've got strikers that ain't even missing chances because Laka can't even get in the box. Eddie's phone don't charge. Who gives a crap about Aubameyang and Barcelona at this moment in time? Allow it, bro. How long before we just let Tierney go? He's far too injury prone and always seems to cost us. Lewis never. Tierney's my guy, but he's a flight risk in Tierney injury. To be fair, some of his injuries have been impact. Some of them have just been a mazza. And I have to blame Arsenal for his latest one. And him. Why are you playing? I never turned down playing for your country, but you're playing on an injury and you're going off to play more games where you could have rested yourself, even though Scotland are trying to get to the thingy. And look what it's cost you. So Tierney's an idiot for that. The club we heard of has been playing with an injury. He's an idiot for that. First half of the season, I thought we was getting better at managing players' injuries. Now it's coming out that and obviously everybody plays with knocks, but we're not. You know what's been going on with Tomiyasu? Like we right now they're telling us Southampton, but they keep telling us little white lies. Tierney, what's going on there? Partey again. You know the international break fucked us. Pardon my language, because you know. ODEGAARD's form went. Saka's probably lost a lot physically with COVID. Smith Rowe the same. You know, Partey's had a lot of traveling to do, and even the last international thing he went off to, and he came back and got a red card. He shouldn't have been doing that, or sent off. He shouldn't have been doing that. A number of players have come back a bit collapsed. Martinelli couldn't start because he was a bit collapsed as well. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Big up Coquelin. But who gives a crap, man? If you're not Arsenal, listen, big up you lot. I'll always support Aubameyang. We've done a watch along for Aubameyang. But who gives a crap? People just want to run agendas. Well, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Big up to Aubameyang in sunny Spain. That has nothing to do with us right now. So, you know, respectfully, dude, you're in the wrong channel. If you want to do all of this, Arteta is an idiot, or, you know, he's a messiah because of what's happened with Aubameyang week to week, then there's plenty of channels on YouTube. I'm not here for that. Aubameyang's irrelevant because he don't kick ball for Arsenal Football Club again. So I wish our former captain all the way. He'll always be my guy, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, we got strikers who cannot score at this football club. You think I got time to care about Aubameyang and give a hell about what Xavi is doing? Allow it, man. No, fuck Barca. It's poetic justice seeing them go out like that, man. I'm not a fan of this manager's management techniques. And what are we going to attract as players for this great club? No clue, man. Do you think it's realistic to compete with Liverpool, City, and Chelsea already next season? Also, United will be better in Newcastle. And you've got to try to compete. But if you're talking, when I see definitely the first two names and you'd extend that to Chelsea, who are Champions League winners, I don't think anyone's sitting there. While that would be the ambition, we can't compete. We don't spend the money correctly like them. We don't also, you look at Liverpool previously under Michael Edwards and all them things. They sing from the same hymn sheet. Klopp can focus on football. City, Pep just focus on football and they give him what he needs. Tuchel's been doing a lot, and Tuchel for me is a bit like what I would like to see from Arteta. Obviously Abramovich is gone, but he has that healthy pressure. If he does bewildering things, there's answers. So yeah, Newcastle. I won't say that. Listen, I don't think they're going to be there till next year, but one day it's something to consider. Just like City and Chelsea have come on the scene now. United will get better under Ten Hag, but again, like I said with City, Liverpool, and to a degree Chelsea, Ten Hag can have all the ideas he wants. If he's trying to make apple juice, as I keep saying, if he's trying to make apple juice and you lot are bringing in tangerines and sultanas and that, it's not going to bang. United need to sing from the set, a bit like us. Like I can have all my criticisms or praise for Mikel Arteta. I don't doubt that he wants to get Arsenal back where it is, but it can't. The days are gone of Wenger and Ferguson. He can't do it alone. What's Edu good at? What's Edu on? What if Edu leaves tomorrow? What's his legacy as technical director? What's the owner on? Because there's been different managers, technical directors, all other people now. The one consistency has been Arsenal have been failing to get Europe or doing anything serious. Yeah, we've won FA Cups and that, but boy. So these are unanswered questions that I can't answer. People only care about Aubameyang because they want to run agenda. But it's that as well. No one gave a. This is why I don't listen to them sort of man, because they've gone from Aubameyang. I mean, Arteta is an idiot for letting him go. He's good for letting him go. And then there was running that until a few games ago. They was doing, oh man, it was great for all the parties. Aubameyang scoring, smiling, we're scoring goals. There was all them stats going about goals we've scored since Aubameyang's gone. Now it's struggling. Now it's stats saying struggling without Aubameyang. Where the truth was, it needed to happen. It was unnecessary, but there's no way you can cover anyone with glory. For Aubameyang, we're questioning what you did. For Arteta, you've cut off your nose to spite your face. We know we was betting on a lot. Laka doesn't know what a goal is. Respectfully, we knew we was relying on young players learning to score goals, outperforming their goal difference. Laka, our players scoring goals to the fact of we don't look at Lacazette to score goals or have the question. Nobody to get injured, and as you see, you can't do that. And as Arsenal Football Club, in a positive way, we should be pessimistic on players' fitness. Why? Because we're used to people dropping like flies. When are we going to be over-prepared? If it's winter, I'd rather have too many jackets and start taking shit off than just be out there in a vest begging for a jacket of some sorts. I don't know, though, man. It's our job to just look at what it is. That's just my thoughts. I don't know anything. That's just me, man. Teeny's my guy, man, but you need someone that can fight him properly, man. Stop spamming, though, bro. You're a good guy. Don't do that. Good analogy. I love Aubameyang, but I love my club more. That there was no way of looking at it with glory. Let's be honest. The only reason Aubameyang's form made it easy. If Aubameyang was scoring goals and in form, he's not going to get clipped. So that's where I'm looking at Arteta in the future. It's not going to be a past it Ozil. It's not going to be an out of form Aubameyang. It might be someone who's doing half decent. And for me, we've needed. I don't know anything about football, but when I have an opinion and I believe in it, I double down on it. I said the moment Aubameyang signed that contract, you need to know what you need to do. It's only when we're getting rid of strikers, people are losing form. We're like, oh shit, we need a striker, Why don't we ever fix problems before they become problems? Obviously, Liverpool, I don't know if these guys will ever replace Salah or they'll do what Salah's doing. But they've brought in Jota. They've brought in Diaz. I don't know if Konate will ever be Van Dijk level, but they've grabbed him, sort of thing. They're kind of fixing problems before they become problems. It's crazy, man. Everyone bangs in La Liga. It's not the Prem, let's be real. I don't think so. You can say people who have been on a joke thing in other leagues have come here and banged as well. So it is what it is. I mean, I'm happy for Aubameyang just because you did, I'm happy for us because it's not a talking point. I know we're talking about it, but every week it's not something to talk about. He can go somewhere, he can actually play. We can move on. What I'm not happy about is we're not scoring goals in it. Here's what it is, man. This Amazon documentary, when it does come out, it's gonna be glorious, isn't it, people? Don't forget to follow on Twitch because 1:30, I've got Mo, and we're gonna be focusing on Southampton and them things there. We gambled. We've gambled. I call it gambling. As much as I think it's gambling, is it gambling? Or because we're overperforming this season, is it we can do these things? Like crunch period, we can start moving our midfield around. We can most teams, most owners of teams, like you see with them down the lane, signings can boost. And maybe we said, we're on course for top 6. We're all here. I'm getting a new contract. Edu's not going anywhere. Kroenke don't know what's going on. It's not a thing. And it's frustrating because we like to flirt. It's like being in a rave. You've seen the Chris's Browning, Chris's. She's called you over. She's feeling you. It's all the touchy feely. You just need to. She's saying, "Let's bust out." You're in the cab, and then you've got there, and you can't find your keys. That's like the key. You can't get in the yard. Like some of you are scatty. I know some of you guys and girls listening are scatty, but you can't find the keys. We flirt. That's what top 4 has been. We're flirting with it. We're flirting. We flirted. This is the first time in a while we've been flirting with top 4. We're in fucking April, people, talking about Arsenal maybe getting top 4. That in itself makes me happy, but I don't like to just be there for the sake of it. Even finishing 4th, there's no awards for it. It's crazy, man. Big up you lot, man. I'm not looking forward to that doc. So many Arsenal memes will come out. I mean, it is where it is, man. You just got to make peace with that, innit? It is where it is. Bit harsh on Sancho. He's doing bits still. Can't really judge it, bro. It's his first year, bro. Luka Modric went, bro. People talk. I know Luka Modric has banged. Go back to 2012. Luka Modric's first season in La Liga. What did he get voted? And that journalist should never write an article again about Luka Modric or anyone. What did he get voted? How did it start for Luka Modric at Real Madrid? If he leaves tomorrow, how's it going to end? A lot of players, even that have come to this club, Dennis, Henry, coming in, I know he plays for Bayern, but the first half of the season with Leroy Sané, then ironically, he played well that season. He played well Arsenal away, Arsenal traveling there, so at home to Arsenal, well, going to the Etihad, and he did amazing. And I love Oba and I'm happy for him at Barca, but people, it's time to let go of the agenda as he's no longer with the club. We need to focus on our team, and how to improve on our strikers this summer. Trust. American, I appreciate that. I finally looked at paper. You're moving mad. Appreciate that. I mean, I will take Hazard for ability, but it's a myth, bro. He's not gonna help us. Like, he's coming for a payday. He's coming where there's no expectations. What's his conditioning like? Bare injuries, barely playing. Obviously he would probably be coming in. Well, he would be coming in the summer, so you have pre-season. Very volatile confidence player as well. So it's probably a myth, man. Who do you think will win the Prem? DG City, but it's looking like Liverpool might just creep it there, man. And this is it, man. It's just flavor of the month. I'm not saying certain people have maintained Arteta in or out, but it's just flip-flopping. Now you're seeing the articles, this, that, the other. I can't lie. As much as he's a pussy, he's doubled down on the Arsenal thing. Gary Neville, he's just got an agenda against us. Everyone else, so he's always going to be negative. Everyone else consistently flip-flopping. Consistently. Even when we've been winning, there's been elements of concerns. It's crazy, man. If you own this football club, what is your changing factors? We're revamping recruitment. I know that much. We're being proactive. I'm preaching proactiveness. Let's not wait till Aubameyang's lost his form and Lacazette's contract and Eddie's phone not charged to be like, oh shit, we're not scoring goals. Like, what are we gonna do? I hope Burnley go down, man. I stopped going to games in December 2019 when City walloped us at home. Now I spend my hard-earned money on climbing and mountaineering training. Shout out to you. Bigger man than me. I ain't on that climbing shit, but shout out to you, man. Midfield is one thing. That's crazy, man. Isaac is dead. Fair enough. Come on. Big up yourself, Daniel. Would you start Eddie tomorrow in the 9 or Pepe? I'd rather start Pepe. Like I said, it's Martinelli for me. Then I'll entertain the Pepe thing. But I just don't believe in Eddie. But at the end of the day, you've looked a bit more positive than Lacazette. What have you got to lose, really? None of you score goals. So might as well, man. Maybe, I would have thought Lacaz's probably the first time in a while I've seen a player's contract winding down and you're playing worse. Maybe the opposite happens, which is typical for Eddie. So go and put yourself in the shop window, man. You've got a reason to play. You don't know where it is. So go do your thing. Appreciate that, B. And I see your comment as well. I can't even find it, but I see your comment, bro. Spending correctly, because we've spent big. If spending by Arsenal standards is not the biggest, but if spending big, we wouldn't be talking about midfield because we'd have that number 8. Granit Xhaka, 40-odd million, 35, whatever. 52 on Lacazette. A fee reaching up to 72 million on Pepe. It's spending correctly because none of them all them three I've said are mixed successes. Bringing in William for free, tearing up his deal. Giving AUBAMEYANG a new contract, tearing up his deal. Pablo Marie, loan fee, buying him permanently. Barely played, so he was a fraud. When you buy poorly, sometimes, when you buy cheaply and you do your research, you get deals like Tomiyasu. But 9 times out of 10, when you're cutting corners, you have to go back around them again and again and again and again and again. I'm mad that Kroenke is still backing Arteta a bit harsh. How many goals has he scored this season? 3. Who? Lacazette and Eddie, bro. I don't know for that. And again, even fans turning on Lacazette because Lacazette's been doing this. When he's missing Villa at home, when he's missing easy chances, he's been doing this. Like, he's been doing this. We've been playing like this. The problem is, obviously there's been better or worse moments. I want to look at things in depth when we've lost or got smacked rather than having balance. We won, but this and that. Go back to, I promise you, you will see certain consistencies if you go and watch the last 2-3 games now. The difference is obviously we took 3 points, or 6 if you consider both of them. Play Lacazette in defensive mid. You know what? Joe Linton inspired, man. Lacazette as an 8, big shout. I can't. Nah, it's shit. Like, that's gonna be shit. Like Lacazette created. He's not dynamic enough in the middle. You think Xhaka is slow? What going backwards? What do you think's gonna happen? His passing range ain't that expansive. Yeah, he does the link up play and all of these sort of things, but bro. Unless you're bringing them man in for the last 10 minutes, man. Exactly. Just ignore deficiency. A lot of Arsenal fans don't like to be honest. A lot of Arsenal fans live in hot take land, man. They love it. They love it. They've got a fetish for it. And it's frustrating, man. Hot take FC, bro. That is jarring. In, out, shake it all about sort of stuff. It's just mad jarring. Mikel Arteta's press conference is still going on. I feel like I'm missing something out, people. Oh, there it is. Speaking of Mikel Arteta, let me make a timestamp. I mean, Arteta has said this before, so it's nothing new, but he's Arteta speaks on ODEGAARD captain. Listen, ODEGAARD, you're Norway captain. I'm not against it, but I'd rather you just do your captain thing for Norway and just be a leader. I just want a conventional captain, man. And Arsenal, we need to, not with him, but we need to move away from this, good for the young players, knows the squad, big player in the dressing room. These are things that should be applicable to everyone. Why are we overcompensating on that? I don't want to be that Premier League Brexit done, but I can't lie, man. I just want a normal captain again, man. I don't want no silent leaders. I don't want people shouting for no reason, but yeah. But yeah, again, if it don't make no sense, Google Translate probably is not helping me, people. But courtesy of Google Translate, let's see exactly what was said here, people. Arteta confirms to TV2 ODEGAARD can become the new Arsenal captain. Mikel Arteta confirms. Can you not see? Mikel Arteta confirms in an interview that the Dremen man is relevant as the new captain for the club when a new one is chosen in the summer. In that case, it happens after a short year as a permanent Arsenal player, and despite the young age. Time will tell he's developing in the right direction. The most important thing is the respect and admiration he gets from his teammates, which you see. And I do think he's a leader, as I've said before. He represents everything we want in this club. He's a good alternative. I mean, he said that his leadership skills are different to how leadership is defined by many people. He has some very special abilities. I think he's more vocal than people give him credit for. He's just not going to be... He's a pretty boy, you know, blonde hair, blue eyes. He's not a conventional sort of ugly captain that you're used to in the Premier League. And I do think he's a good leader. I do. For me, it's Tierney Ramsdale. One of them kind of man there. But I want Odegaard. Odegaard has to, you know, just because you got the band, everybody needs to do this leading thing. You look at City, you look at Liverpool. Who's the captain? They're all leading. You look at Madrid, even though they've been shit the other day. Benzema, Modric, all leading in different little ways and shapes and forms, and it all ties in. Anyways, he has some very special abilities that we important, which has been difficult for him to feel the last couple of years, says the manager. And again, I don't know, this is hard to make sense of it. It's because he's very intelligent. He picks up everything. He identifies all the problems we have on the field or things we can take advantage of. He communicates very well with his teammates. They listen to him, and I see it as the right flow of information for things to be right on the field. I mean, Odegaard's footballing IQ is one of the highest, if not the highest, in the Arsenal squad, really, if we're honest with ourselves. You know, I actually think Lacazette is up there as well, but the form, the goal scoring, it's all done. The dynamism, it's just that ain't there. That's that. Hilarious, bro. If Villarreal win the Champions League, what would be your reaction? Big up Unai Emery, but again, don't give a crap. It's got nothing to do with me. Like, it's actually got nothing to do with me. I wouldn't say it's the system. It's the emphasis. We don't create chances, so how's anyone going to score? And again, we need that number 8. Ramsdale is a boss. Tottenham might get Pepe. Good for them, man. Doing us a favour. Not going to lie, Ramsdale is obviously better, but I feel more calm watching when Leno's in goal. Think times like this is when we need experience to have a chance at top. Bro, Daniel, you're bugging. There's no way you can watch Ramsdale and Leno and decide that Leno is a more calm keeper. That's a myth. That's the one thing I love about Ramsdale over Leno. That's the one thing I used to say I love about Martinez more than him. You're bugging, you're bugging, you're bugging, you're bugging. Please, can we read our sentences before we message? Because I don't know what you're saying there, broski. How Arteta managed to downgrade both Laka and Oba while here is very worrying. Robotic football / Guardiola don't work unless you have exact elite players. Should we ever be such a club? Bro, I wish I had them answers, bro. Nah, you're bugging, Daniel, man. You're bugging, man. Man can't be hanging on to the Emre agenda. We all know his position became untenable. He's a good coach before coming and remained one after. It is what it is. Bro, big up Emre. I want him to do as good as he can, man. It'll be lit. Coquelin's in the squad, so it'd be nice to see Coquelin as a Champions League winner, but don't nobody care about that. Don't nobody care about that. If he wins, he wins. If he don't, bruv, man's wearing an Arsenal shirt. I'm sitting here waffling about Arsenal day in, day out. Like, I don't care what Villarreal does. Or doesn't he? Oh, Luke Shaw had bolts. Sorry, so completely off topic, but Luke Shaw had bolts in his leg and had to have them removed. Hey, footballers, serious wear and tear. That's a mazza, man. Crazy. Oh, that shit must hurt. Oof. Yeah, man. Ramsdale is one of the best signings. Like, I wasn't against the signing of Ramsdale, but I didn't think he was as good as he is. I didn't think he had the ball playing ability. I knew there'd be leadership things because he's been in a relegation battle and Bournemouth. You need to be able to, pardon my language, you need to be able to let your nuts hang. You need to be able to do that or you're not going to survive in them sort of dressing rooms. So there's that. As you said, Tierney be my captain, but I understand the man's never fit in it, so it is what it is. But I don't. At the same time, I don't want to lean too much on this captaincy thing. I think Arsenal, we've always done that, and it's been a thing since we've moved to the Emirates. We haven't. There's more respect on the captaincy now, and I think we overcompensate. But I just don't. Yeah, that is. If everyone just does their job, everyone will reflect it, innit? We're already seeing that Arteta is not the man to win the Premier League. He has built a foundation, so get an elite manager and build on what we got. I mean, respectively, can we talk about winning leagues when we don't know what we're getting for a certain consistency from 10 games? Bit harsh. I think Ramsdale's still opening his mouth, but I hear that, Josh. No, Leno's too much of a. Do you know it's for me? Leno's on this sweeper keeper thing, man. Like Ramsdale, like with Martinez, they know their goalies. Like they know their goalies. Leno, I don't know, and he just seems a bit too quiet for me. Like I just don't like the way he used to come and collect crosses as well. Leno's a good keeper, man, but I just wasn't really convinced. Would you drop Lacazette and start Martinelli up top? Yeah, 100%. How you mean? If possible, apparently Lacazette might be injured or whatever. I hope Lacazette. I think there was some statistics floating around. I ain't got them to hand that he's actually quite prolific against Southampton. So it's now or never. I mean, with 7 or so games left, I actually want to see how many goals has Lacazette scored for this club, specifically in the Premier League. Because the wickedest thing is, I like Lacazette, man. It kills me to criticize him, but I have to be honest. Like, we've been overcompensating. And at 30 years of age, you shouldn't look. You look less. What are you doing in training? Because you look less mobile than Luka Modric and Benzema, and there's even Joaquin over there in Spain. There's hella pensioners still kicking ball that look more mobile than Lacazette. So what's going on? To be fair, Lacazette's got 8 assists and 6 goals. I mean, had a hand in 14 in 31 in all comps, allowing him a bit. 7 of those assists came in the Prem, 4 in the. Four goals in the Prem. The problem is he's made 25 Premier League appearances, 4 goals, 7 assists, and he scores his goals in flurries. He never realistically scores mad goals. He'll score 1 and then a couple in recent weeks. Like there was a 4-game period, I think, from Southampton to Norwich, where we played Southampton, West Ham, Leeds, and Norwich, and he got 2 goals on either side. He bagged against Southampton and he bagged against Norwich, and then in between that, where he scored 2, and then the games he didn't score, he bagged assists, and he also bagged the goal and assist against Norwich. But, I mean, this is meaty, bro. This is very meaty. He's got 71 goals. But for 50-odd million in the Premier League, 153 Premier League appearances, 54 goals and 30 assists. It's not really levels, is it? 16 appearances for France, 3 goals. Very prolific in Liga, 100 goals in 203 games with 32 assists to match. Yeah. Bit harsh. Would you take Bielsa? Probably not. The man is saying pens. Arteta acts as if he doesn't ask for assistance from assistant coach when selecting the squad. Look at how better we played with the squad chosen for City. Bit harsh, because if he didn't listen to the set piece coach, Arsenal fans wouldn't be waffling about that. Appreciate that, man. It is a quality jersey, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate you tuning in. I just think Lacazette's doing up Sisha, man. Like, it's sad, man. Like, I would, it's sad. Don't forget, people, on Twitch, 1:30, I'm going to be with Mo. Make sure you're there for that one. What's the time now? Half an hour. Bit harsh. Why didn't you expect Jess to be so well spoken, man? Come on, if you're invited onto my channel, bull, innit? Like, so come on. On that note, though, people, don't forget, as I said, I'm going live at 1:30. Again, tomorrow across Twitch and YouTube, I'm going to be live at 2 p.m, an hour before kickoff. We're playing Southampton. If you didn't know, link's been dropped. Link is in the pinned message. I'm going live on Twitch at 1:30, where any questions you've got for Mo, let me have them. We're obviously on Twitch, and we'll answer them. Should Arteta be sacked if we lose to Southampton? No, I don't think they would do that. So yeah, man, if you've hit the like button, thank you very much. If you haven't hit the like button, then you know what to do. I'm going to love and leave you lot. One love to the YouTube ones, Twitch gang in particular, because we started at 10:30 and we're still here going strong in it. And we're going to be here for the rest. I'm actually playing Football Manager, I believe, at 4:30. So yeah. If we don't see each other, enjoy what's left of your Friday. Hope you've all had a good week. Hope the weekend is blessed for you lot. So yeah, man, hit the like button. Fuck up the engagements. I'm out.
because you always used to act when defending.
I think it's like